What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we're going to talk some football. Houston Texans football. Today we're going to talk about one of the Houston Texans draft picks, and you already know who it is. You already know who we're talking about. We're talking about the most polarizing one, the one that everybody wants to talk about. They first pick in the draft, the first pick in the third round, quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford. That's the guy that everybody's talking about. Is he the franchise guy? Is he the guy who's going to take over DeShaun Watson? Did people who talked about him, like myself and other guys, that we judge him too prematurely? Is he better than what we think he is? Do we need to give this guy a chance? And all this whoop-de-whoop. And the answer is, short answer, did we shortchange him a little bit? Did we judge a little bit too prematurely because we Deshaun Watson fans and things like that? We really don't want Deshaun Watson to get traded, so we just like, oh, automatically we don't like him just because of that. Did we judge too prematurely? Are we too quick? The short answer, no, we did not. I went back and watched more tape, and I can, like I said earlier in my last one, in the draft breakdown video, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. I made the joke saying that we drafted a short Brock Osweiler, and that's really pretty much what I think I seen. He's a prototypical size. He's 6'4", 220, 225, 224, something like that. Has a decent arm. It's not Chad Pennington type, but he doesn't really have a strong arm. Like, he has an NFL arm. Like, he can serve. He's serviceable for the NFL. He can make NFL throws. He can play on the NFL field. He's like, oh, he don't even need to be playing quarterback. He can play quarterback on the NFL field. But does he have a strong arm? Does he have a glowing arm? Like, I know people might compare this to like Tom Savage. Nah, Tom Savage has an arm. Like, Tom Savage, at the very least, has arm talent. Tom Savage and Brendan Whedon probably are practice squad warriors, practice warriors. They probably throw the prettiest balls you see in practice. Like, the ball comes off their hands, those tight spirals look good. When they throw it, they can teach a class on how to throw a football, and because they have arm talent. Now, they really couldn't do too much with it after that, but they have that type of talent. Dude doesn't. Like, dude doesn't have it. He does nothing that writes home about him. He has nothing like, okay, he's athletic. Oh, okay, he has a strong arm. Okay, he has a high IQ. Okay, he's extremely accurate. Like, his accuracy is decent. Like, is decent. Like, he's like average at everything. Like, it's like, okay, it's good enough to pass. Like, he's good enough to pass. Like, he getting 70s all day. Like, he's good enough to pass. Like, nothing about him is impressive. The Texans really did draft their backup quarterback. Like I said, this is one of the rare situations that both the worst case scenario and best case scenario are pretty much the same thing, just for different reasons. And that is that he doesn't play much, if not at all. Reason why best case scenario obviously is Deshaun Watson comes back. That's as far-fetched as it is. That's the best case scenario. But even scratch that, take that one out, just take that out the fold. When you trade Deshaun Watson, more than likely you're going to either get back a quarterback. Like, if you trade in Miami, you bring back a Tua. If you trade in the Philly, you bring back a Jalen Hurts. If you trade them, like, I know people talk about trading the 49ers, you end up getting back Trey Lance. If you trade him to Green Bay, you probably end up getting back Jordan Love. Like, you're bringing back a quarterback, or you're putting yourself in the position to draft another quarterback. So there's no reason for him. And if he does get on the play, in worst case scenario, he gets on the play, he's trash, or he doesn't get on the play at all. Gets on the field at all and play because he's that trash, he doesn't play that many snaps. So that's why both best case and worst case scenario are pretty much the same thing, that he does not play that much. And it's just one of the red flags. Like I say, he has the prototypical size. He's 6'4", like 225, 224 pounds. He's the prototypical size guy. And that scares me a little bit because of Nick Caserio. Him being from the Patriots for the past 20 plus years, seeing Tom Brady up and personal. And I wonder if that's infizzled in his brain, that's the type of guy that you have to have. You have to have a pocket quarterback to stand up there. You need a 6'4", 6'5" type guy that's 220-something, 230, 45 pounds, and could just sit in the pack and dissect the defense. Except they always skip the dissect the defense part. They get all the other accolades and metrics. And seeing Tom Brady do that for 20 years, I wonder if that has put in Nick Caserio's head, and that's what he's targeting. And if that is, it's a huge red flag. Because me and Honcho talked about this the other day on Soft Sports when I was on there, is that these guys are dinosaurs. The whole statues, those guys are dinosaurs. I mean, Phillip Rivers and Drew Brees just retired. Really, all you have left is Ben Roethlisberger and Tom Brady, and you can't use Tom Brady for anything. Like Tom Brady, when you're talking football, you cannot use Tom Brady because Tom Brady is a complete outlier. He was a 6th-round pick. I mean, nobody drafts a 6th-round pick knowing then saying, "Oh, this is going to be my franchise quarterback." I'm gonna wait till I'm gonna wait till the 6th round to draft my franchise quarterback. Nobody does that. So Tom Brady, and name what sport that the greatest player of said sport was like one damn near almost non-drafted. Either non-drafted or damn near to it. No, normally the best player in the history of their sport is always a top 10 pick, top 5 pick if that. It's more likely might be the first pick, but never like damn near the last pick, especially the round before last when it comes to something like football. So I just don't see that. I think that might like I said that those days of those type of quarterbacks are gone. Look at the league now. Look at the MVPs. Look at Aaron Rodgers. The last 3 MVPs: Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, who's the face of the league. You in the AFC Championship game, you have Josh Allen, you have Baker Mayfield. Kyler Murray just won Rookie Year. Justin Herbert won Rookie Year this past year. Like I said, Kyler Murray won Rookie Year 2 years ago. Just look at all the new wage guys who are coming into the league now. The Trevor Lawrence, your Zach Wilson, your Trey Lance, your Justin Fields. Like, none of these guys are just statue pocket quarterbacks. No, they might be pocket passers. Like, Aaron Rodgers is a pocket passer. Trevor Lawrence is a pocket passer. DeShaun Watson is a pocket passer. But they not statues. They can move a little bit. Patrick Mahomes is a pocket passer, but he moves around. Those days of those statue prototypical styles and prototypical style offense, that don't work no more. You gotta get with the program. You gotta get with the new age quarterbacks, the guys who will run the league. That's part of the reason why these guys don't have to sit that very long anymore. Normally back in the day, like Troy Aikman and stuff like that, you have to sit 3-4 years. Well, actually, I think Troy Aikman played his rookie year, but most guys back in the day had to sit 2-3 years. The last guy who actually sat was Aaron Rodgers, and it wasn't the reason why was because they had Favre in front of him. But normally, like guys back in the day used to sit 2, 3, 4 years before they even got a chance to play. Now guys are coming out there and they might start the season off like sitting like the first couple games like Lamar Jackson did, but by the end of their rookie year and damn sure by their second year, they're playing football and they lighten up the league, winning MVPs. There's a reason for that. Winning rookies of the years. There's a reason for that. Because these new age guys can get on the field faster and be more productive than those statues could. Because those statues couldn't do anything. And if that's the plan going forward, that scares me. Now, like I said, I believe they did when they drafted Davis Mills. I believe they drafted their franchise. I mean, I think they drafted they franchise backup quarterback. Great job, guys. You drafted your franchise backup quarterback. But this is the thing, though. Because this is something that could be the school of thought. And that is because Nick Caserio comes from the Patriots. Because I believe that the Texans are tanking. I believe the Texans are going to end up having probably, if not the worst pick, one of the worst teams in the NFL. If they're not. So either they're going to I believe they're going to have a top 5 pick, if not have the number 1 pick in the draft. And I believe they're going to draft a quarterback. And to me, I think that they're probably going to try to take Davis Mills and turn him to a guy who they can possibly flip down the line for some future draft assets. I mean, it's something that the Patriots normally do. The Patriots are notorious for this. Back in 2006, 2007, they flipped Matt Castle. 2008, I think. They flipped Matt Castle. They traded Ron Mallett here to Houston. They traded Jacoby Brissett to the Colts. Jimmy Garoppolo to the 49ers. They are notorious for drafting quarterbacks late in the draft. All those guys were late round draft picks. None of those guys were drafted in the top 3 picks, top 2 picks. I think Ron Mallett might be Jimmy Garoppolo. And actually, Jimmy Garoppolo really was supposed to be the successor. Jimmy Garoppolo was drafted to take over for Tom Brady. But I don't think Ron Mallett was. I think Ron Mallett was a third round pick, if I'm not mistaken. Those guys were drafted, ended up being flipped down the line. Could you see this type of situation? Say the Texans draft a rookie quarterback next year in the top 5 rounds. He comes out there, plays and plays well. Now Dave Mills might get a preseason game here and there, might get some mop-up duty here and there to showcase what he do. And if you could take him, then you draft him with a 3rd round pick. If you can flip him for at the very least another 3rd and a 4th round pick, like somebody gives you a 3rd and a 4th round pick, when you gain the 4th round pick from a 3rd round pick and also replace said 3rd round pick. Or if he plays well, you able to somehow finesse a team to give you a 2nd or give you 2 3s or 3 and a 2nd, something like that, then cool. Then now you playing with house money. Now you're doing things that us Texan fans say, okay, those are things that you can mimic from the Patriots that you could bring along with you. Like all the other bull that y'all be doing, that shit is non-existent. Bring the good stuff. Bring the stuff that actually made the Patriots winning for a winning organization outside Tom Brady. Make those type of moves. Don't just be sitting up there and just be, oh, because I work for the Patriots or I'm a Patriot. Like, hey, things are gonna be sweet. Things are gonna fall in line. Don't work like that. Like I said, watching dude, like I just don't see them, dog. Like I really don't. Could he possibly be a guy? I mean, yeah. I mean, Tony Romo was an undrafted free agent and ended up being a very productive player for the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott wasn't playing. Dak Prescott was a project. They didn't draft Dak. Oh, we gonna draft Dak to be our franchise quarterback. They drafted Dak as a project, and he paid off for them. As you see, he just got paid. So because of that, like watching, I don't see nothing special about him. And could he possibly be somebody? Yeah, he could. But like I don't even see him being the type of guy who, if everything is built around him perfectly, he can succeed. You know, like in 2012, yeah, Andre Johnson, Arian Foster, who led the league in touchdowns. You had good defense. J.J. Watt just went defensive player. You had Owen Daniels and things like that. You went 12-4 because of all the talent around you. But Matt Schaub couldn't carry himself because Matt Schaub is not the guy who I could put the team on my shoulders and lead you to the promised land. He's not that dude. Same thing with this dude here. I don't see it in him. I don't see neither one of them. Even if you make everything around him, his life better, I don't see him a guy who can take you to the bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like and sometimes lightning does strike. Lightning does. People do catch lightning in the bottle. You know, with Joe Flacco, Eli twice, Jimmy Garoppolo made the Super Bowl. Jared Goff made the Super Bowl. Got both guys had special stuff around them. Of course. Trent Dilfer with the Baltimore Ravens back in 2000 and things like that. Like, yeah, and some of these guys were able to bring home the trophy. Some of these guys fell short. You know, Peyton Manning, his last year with the Broncos, well, not last year, but his last good running gear with the Broncos. Like, sometimes people catch lightning in the bottle and they're able to succeed. And I'm cool with that. I don't think that could be part of your plan. And I can't sit up here with a straight face like I'm a drafted guy, and he's not the best guy for the job, but if you give him all the pieces around him, he gonna succeed. Well, why not just get the best guy for the job and give him said pieces? Then he'll just be, not only will he succeed, he'll be extremely dominant, like Patrick Mahomes. You put Patrick Mahomes on other team, Patrick Mahomes could be decent, be serviceable, but he gets Tyreek Hill, he gets Travis Kelce, he gets Andy Reid. Now you see the potential that Patrick Mahomes is. Like you see the 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards and things like that. You got to do those type of things. So don't just draft any run-of-the-mill quarterback and then just say, oh, we're going to give him talent around. No, take all that talent and draft somebody else with supreme talent. Because dude's not it. Dude really not it. Could they flip him later down the line and able to get draft assets for him like they would possibly do with DeShaun Watson? Hopefully so. But other than that, you just drafted your backup quarterback. I don't see him playing any significant time. Like I said, his accuracy is decent. It's not bad, but it's not like nothing to write home about. He doesn't have a strong arm. He's athletic enough. Or no, the word is sneaky athletic. If you gotta use the word sneaky and athletic in the same sentence together like that, dude ain't never was athletic before. He's just not an athletic person. So I don't see dude being an athletic person. I don't. I see him as a statue type quarterback, and like I said, that right there in itself scares me because I kind of like, is that what Nick Caserio's trying to do again? Is he trying to bring these franchise these pocket passing statue quarterbacks, because they dinosaurs, bro. They really truly are. They are dinosaurs. Those guys don't like. You don't win with those guys anymore. Like Tom Brady is an anomaly. Like Tom Brady is an outlier. Don't worry about Tom Brady. Everybody else is like it's not like that no more. Like once we got over the 2010s and these spread guys, you see more college coaches out here in the NFL being offensive coordinators, being head coaches, giving some of these spread guys the opportunities and the chances, and they light the league on fire. We want more of that. If we can't get more DeShaun Watson, give us somebody who has the same type of skill sets. Don't flip skill sets all together. This is not the presidential election where they always take the person who gets elected was a complete opposite from the person who previously sat in that spot. Don't do that. Okay. We had a dynamic quarterback, DeShaun Watson. Let's go out there and get a statue. Like, no, bring in, if you gotta lose DeShaun, bring in another dynamic quarterback, because you've seen what happened. Like you said, that's the thing. Nick Caserio, you was on the sideline 4 times when DeShaun Watson, his rookie year, lit up the Patriots. Even though the Patriots want to be lit y'all up. The season opener in 2018, he did not play it well, and the Patriots did their thing. 2019 is the biggest thing. And then last year in 2020, you've seen what DeShaun Watson did up close 4 different times. You know what he's capable of. Don't go out there and get a statue. I know what you've seen out of Tom Brady for the past 20 years. That NFL doesn't exist anymore. It's a new age in the NFL, and you have to get with the program. Because if you're not, you're gonna always be a bottom feeder team. Like I said, I have my fears, like how we seen the Cleveland in the Bills when they won their playoff games. First playoff win since 1998. First playoff win since 1993. I have a feeling that's gonna be the Texans. It's gonna be 2020. It's gonna be 2032, and the Texans. And the Texans finally get a playoff win, they're going to be like, that's the Texans' first playoff win since 2019. I don't want that situation to happen for us, man. I really don't. I really don't. I don't want that situation to happen. So, but my fear is that's the type of situation we're going to be in because of the people who are making decisions. Because they make wasted decisions like this. This is your first pick of the draft. I don't see dude playing much. So I feel it's a wasted pick. That's the reason why I gave it an F. I feel it's a wasted pick. So, and like I said, the philosophy potentially could be extremely alarming. And it's going to help set this franchise back. But hopefully they make the right decisions going forward. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Comment below if you haven't. I think the schedule comes out later on the day, so I'm going to have a video talking about the NFL schedule, giving y'all exactly what I think the record will be. It's going to be, I can actually put together a prediction for the team exactly when I see what game is where and when it is, so things like that. So I'm gonna do a breakdown video about the schedule. I got more videos breaking down other draft selections. I also got something special about a sneak peek at the 2022 NFL draft and what the Texan fans, what we all should be looking for and rooting for the Houston Texans going forward. So like I said, like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Comment below if you haven't. Click that bell, get more videos. Holla.